To order for the Township Trustee meeting for the month of March. Now we'll go to the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask, are there any corrections to the minutes of the previous meeting and or financial status report? You guys had a chance to review that.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept minutes and the financial reports as presented.
I second
Okay. It has been moved and seconded to approve the minutes and the minutes and the financial status reports. All in favor say aye.
it. Aye.
Okay. The motion is carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
We had some requests to come and give us some updates on some things, some members of our business world, and also just generally out there. So there is, I guess I'll look at this. See who goes first. We'll go with the list here. Chief, it looks like we got you first.
Thank you. I am just bringing you the annual report with your guys' statistics on the back of that.
Thanks.
And as always, I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have.
This is a year-end, Chief?
So that's a year-end report. It runs a little late because I don't want to get ahead of my own city council, so I have to,
Okay.
it gets presented to them and then
I understand.
Thank you, Chief.
Very good. A lot to take in.
Yes, got it.
Places still say that.
A lot of information there, and if you want,
Yeah.
you can always come back, or if you have any questions right now, I'd be more than happy to answer those questions.
Gentlemen, anything off the cuff that you'd like to ask the chief?
I met with the chief, so I kind of went over this with him, so.
Okay. 92, wow, goes all the way back to. I like it. Okay,
Yeah, I'm good.
we're gonna move on then. Anybody, nothing else, chief?
Nope,
Chief,
that's it.
thanks.
Yeah, you guys take care, give me a holler if you guys need anything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out here in another week or so, okay?
Okay, yep, that's no problem.
Okay.
Anyway,
Thanks.
yep, take care.
Okay. Thanks, chief.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming, chief. Yes, sir. Let's go with, let's see, Mr. Harvey.
Thank you. I won't talk as long as I did last time. Just want to give everybody an update. Well, first of all, thank you for letting me come last time. I hope you received my letter that I sent to you guys. Did you receive that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure I thought I had the right address. Number two, just giving everybody an update on the campaign. Again, I'm swinging back around to some township meetings again. Show my support to you guys. Show I'm still working hard, busting my can. One thing I'm proud of, other than all the signs that everybody has asked for and all the great support that I've seen, and billboards have gone up, obviously, that I'm sure people have seen. They're pretty big. But one thing I'm really proud of that I wanted to share, I'm kind of a stranger to social media. I'm one of those people who's on the younger side, but I don't have social media, and I've had to get that through my campaign. And I think one thing that's really, really good, and I'm very proud of, our social media campaign, whether that be through Facebook or LinkedIn or something else, it's reached almost 74,000 people in the last 28 days, which I think is fantastic. It's obviously more people in our whole county, so obviously it's going outside. Multiple people are looking at it, but at the end of the day, I think that's a fantastic number. It just shows me that there are people out there that do support me for the municipal court judge role. And it does give me the confidence to keep going forward, because anybody that's ran a campaign before knows it's very, very difficult to keep confident. And you know, on one day you're on cloud nine, the next day you're in the depths, trying to figure out what's going on and make sense of everything. But I appreciate the support that some people in this room have given me thus far, and plan to keep it up and keep busting my butt and rear end until May 6th, and hope that I can rest on May 7th. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gary, appreciate it. Any questions, fellas, for Mr. Harvey? I have one, great, 74,000 people, that's pretty good. How do you, are you going to one media version or?
Just two,
Okay.
Facebook and LinkedIn. Obviously, Facebook has more people. LinkedIn
Okay,
on the
LinkedIn, yeah.
professional side, but yeah, and no paid advertising whatsoever. This is all organic, just kind of
Very good.
holistic, coming out of just the community, and it's just again, you never know when you put something out there what people are going to think about it. And again, I'm new to the social media. I never had it, and probably never will. But it was all new to me, and my campaign team, one of my good friends and my wife have really hit the ground running with that, with me involved, and it gives me the confidence to keep moving forward. It's a fantastic thing to see.
Very good, sir, appreciate it. Good luck to you, thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
All right, let's step on to the next, I think it's Rich.
Yep.
Thanks for coming. Greg, thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you.
Howdy.
You want to have a seat?
Thanks.
Rich Eber, right?
Yes.
Everybody? Yes, sir.
Yes, correct. So I came here a little over a year ago to, okay, all right. Came here a little bit over a year ago to talk to you all about Vancrest, and putting together a potential abatement package for them. We obviously walked through the whole process. At one point, we weren't sure it was gonna happen, but it did. And of course, we all met at the commissioner's office, ran through as best we could. Evidently, they have caught a snag with the city and some issues with trying to figure out some things with the construction process. And so they have effective earlier this month, have decided to cancel the construction altogether and asked me to unwind the agreement, or the abatement agreement. So there was some legal wrangling with the CP lawyer, Adam Seeley out of Columbus with Bricker and Graydon. He has put together basically a resolution that would untangle everybody from the agreement. It does need to be signed. It does need to have a resolution number, however you guys do resolution numbers, if you do resolution numbers. And Jane is probably gonna wanna look at it, and she has not seen it yet. So while there's a rush on this, there's not really a rush on this. So I'm not pressed on trying to get anybody to sign this tonight. You're gonna have to take a look at it, digest it. We'll have to put together probably a time with Jane that we can meet and really work through it. And I will email it to her tomorrow, but I did want to come out and at least let you guys know. I have to have that, and of course the commissioners to unwind all of this along with CRSI, and hopefully we'll be able to situate everything and get it unwound. So
It's, sounds, I don't know if it's good or bad or disappointing or positive.
I'm disappointed that we all worked so hard to get through this process, only to have it kind of unravel at the last minute. I don't know. They won't give me an exactly what happened. They too were sad that they couldn't make this project work. For whatever monetary reason they couldn't make it work for, and they apologize for putting everybody through the ringer with this. So.
And again, they're still planning on annexing.
They still have to, once that becomes a contiguous property, they'll have to annex into the city still.
Okay.
Because that's part of the agreement with their sewer and water, so.
Okay.
And as far as I know, that's still a go. That was the very first thing that I addressed was, you're still planning on annexing, and Mark White said, yeah, absolutely, we still plan on doing that, so.
Just a little typo on the date there.
Nope. We can
Yeah.
go back and fix that I have access to the Word file, or Word document.
Is that for Sandy to keep, or is that for you to take
Yeah,
that back with you?
Sandy can have that, no worries there, and I will email it to, I'll get it to Jane, I'll get it over to Jane now that we're in the new office space, I'm kind of sort of back to work. So, and let her go through it and with a fine tooth comb and see if she needs any changes, but. And then, once you guys have agreed to this and signed it and put your rubber, put your stamp on it, then it'll be off to the commissioners. I'll take that to the commissioners and we'll get that taken care of for the commissioners too.
There's really not much
Yeah.
It's
we
kind
can
of
do or say. or
frustrating, I
anything.
guess, in a way for Mr. Ebert there. A little work you put behind it all, and now
Yeah.
it's kind of got snagged, and that, so there was no,
Beyond my control, so.
there was no resolve. They didn't want to work it out or whatever.
From my understanding, it all kind of revolved around, the city was gonna require them to pave a roadway around the building for the fire trucks, and it was gonna add an additional expense, that they just couldn't figure out a way to overcome, so.
There were some issues with water and getting parts of the new buildings.
Right.
Where they were gonna tie up the whole squadron of firefighters for one blaze, so. Chief, go ahead.
No, I just, was it mandated by the volume of people that they have to have?
I wasn't, unfortunately, I wasn't privy to any of those conversations, so.
Sure.
I don't
get
know
it.
what the actual holdup was.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Anything else, Rich?
No, I'll probably see you next month to,
Okay.
or if, if Jane can figure something out before then and get everybody involved and if we need to meet with commissioners or whatever, that's fine too.
21st.
So 21st.
21st at 5 o'clock.
Okay. All right. All right.
And we're still on
Figure it out.
we're still on for Wednesday, correct?
That is correct. 7:30.
7:30.
ESC.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Any other questions? Anything else? I mean, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but
Yep.
all right.
Okay, Rick.
Okay,
Thank you, guys.
Sorry. Yep, thank you.
See you Wednesday.
See ya.
Okay, very good. We're gonna move on to, road maintenance report, back onto our regular scheduled program. Richard's been had a busy month, obviously, and along with, the trustees, we cleared a lot of roads, February 20th, 21st, 22nd. The winds always created a additional drifting snow problem, so we had to go back repeatedly quite a bit of times. And then we started cleaning the desalt some of the trucks when we got rid of that last batch. But then we had the 1-ton truck failed, wouldn't start, so we had to figure out what that was, and we got a faulty shift park switch in the steering column, so we got a hold of our repair team, Damewood Trucking, and they replaced the switch and got it back in tune a couple days later. Then we started filling potholes. Once we started having some good days to do that, so we started filling the potholes on Children's Home Road, Campground Road. Blair brought us heat torch to help with some of the old cold mix that we have. It's just pebbles, and when he heated it back up, it all kind of grabbed and adhered back together, and then filled the potholes pretty nicely. So it's a great idea, Blair. 10 potholes or so fixed them at that time. Then the sheriff gave Blair a call over on Bob's Run. Car plowed over a stop sign, so we went and replaced that in the evening of the 25th.
What road was that?
Bob's Run.
Boggles Run? Okay.
Yep, sorry if I'm going too fast.
No, that's okay.
And then Richard and Jay started cleaning all the trucks, tractors, skid steers, all that, and de-assaulting them, de-icing, whatever you want to say, that, get all that stuff off of there. Then funeral support that he had during the weeks. Then we found a large crack on the large plow of the big truck due to a broken bolt, what we found out, and the materials getting up behind the blade, and it pushed out the steel plate and broke it. So we're working on getting that one fixed. I'm going to try to fix that in-house. Blair's going to help us do some welding on that. And then again, the 1-ton truck failed again to start. So we brought it back to Damewood Trucking, trying to figure out what's going on. They said they went over it and over and over it again. And really, contacted the Ford dealerships and Ford itself and found that they think they have requested them to change the ignition switch and then change the battery and the battery in the key fob. And so far so good, it has not failed again, so it's doing okay right now. We'll see, knock on wood, yes. Then we began trash pickup just last week when we had some nice days. The weather had been awesome. So we picked up trash on Dolly Varden, Dallas, Cedar Creek, and Woodburn roads. Blair did some by himself a couple times. Then he joined us over on Middle Urbana, Buck Creek, and County Line roads. We got those finished. Then we started picking up on Knight Road, Middle Urbana, and Dallas Road. We finished that up. And just to give you a count, 27 bags of trash collected so far with one TV set over close to Michael Farms. If we had to take a majority of their beer cans, pop cans, majority of beer cans, and we've heard that 3 Mile could be even more difficult, so we'll find that out here soon. We're going to try to attack that here within the next week or two. Then today we started replacing some. We found the springs broke on the 1-ton truck that support that bottom lower steel plate. So we replaced all those springs on that maintenance item. So that's it for Richard's report. It's quite lengthy, but it's been a busy month. So. Any questions or comments on that, fellas? Blair, anything additional?
Yep.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay, we're gonna move on to zoning and cemetery report.
The cemetery, we've had one funeral here last month. The other thing that's going on at the funeral or at the cemetery is that we have some of the graves starting to settle. So this is the first winter that we've already had frost in the ground. So things are starting to settle actually a little faster. Also, when we were putting the dirt back, everything was all clotted up. So now we've had a couple of days, actually over a week now of warmer weather. We can start to get some topsoil out and finish up leveling all the graves, and then we'll get grass seed soon and have all that done. We didn't have this rain, we would have done it today, but the next week we'll have everything leveled off and planted out in the cemetery. And Sean is on vacation. Since that, we've taken care of every phone call that's been left on the answering machine and called everyone back, made sure that they're aware of what Sean's doing. A lot of the calls are things that we actually can take care of. But Sean will have a couple things to do when he comes back. But he said also he'd have a report to add for next month.
Are they all zoning calls left on the voicemail?
Most were zoning, and you know there was a couple nuisance complaints, but they were very minor. So, but anyway, everybody's been called. Everybody's aware of Sean's situation. I've given everybody my phone number. If they, if there was any other problem, they could have called me. So everything so far is good on Sean's side. So that's it on that.
Roger, any questions? Anybody? Additional? Barrel slowed down a little bit, right? Maybe we had a couple, so which is good.
What is that, 10 so far?
I think so. I don't.
Yeah, we got a lot of dirt. We got a lot of grace to level.
There's a lot of heavy stone in the one pile. I think one day we're gonna have to spend some time to get rid of that.
Yeah.
To find it.
The county will come to it.
Okay. I know Richard reminds me of that every time we have a barrel. Okay. Anything else? That's it? All right. I'm gonna move on to a website email report. I'll be the one giving that. I have a little bit of information on the website. It's just analytics for about 30 days. Obviously, we had 120 visitors, 120 views, basically. Most of them are just looking at the first page. So 60 people looked at the first page, maybe got what they needed to find out. Maybe phone numbers or email address, that type of thing. Zoning was the next popular page. You're looking at 26 of them. Then meeting videos, 8. Cemetery, page 7. Township map 6. Public notices on 4. And, township activities at 3. So overall, 120 views. The analytics that I pull up from where I get it from. So, and emails wise, I didn't get any resident emails or anything of that nature asking for any questions of any sort. So that is it on the website email. Any questions, fellas? Okay.
Nope.
We'll move on to we'll address old business. If anybody has any old business to bring that up?
Roger,
Larry?
we're extending the courtesy to you first. You got any business?
No, go ahead.
You do. You took care of this.
Oh,
You took care of the CD.
Yeah, I went to all the local banks and he went to Urbana Federal. And, the best rate we had that we could get was at Peoples at 4.25. Nuclear Federal was 2.4, Vista was 4%, Park 2.47, and the F&M, the old perpetual, they give the variance. Their highest is 3.50. That was for 20 months. That's what we got there.
What was the best return rate?
4.25 at Peoples in Urbana.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And you went ahead and renewed it.
I thought
Yes.
I didn't know if it did. Yeah, that's great.
I thought New Carlisle would be better, but they're, right, you know, they all vary, and I didn't wanna go out of county, but I thought I'd test it just to see. Bank in Springfield, they don't want any money.
Okay. I don't have any questions on that. Thank you, Roger.
And then I got some couple here. Spoke to the county engineers, I don't know, probably 4 times now. We finally found a source for coal mix up at Shelley Asphalt in Bell Fountain. Coal mix this year is gonna jump up to $135 a ton for right now. He said that is, in the next month, that could go up, so.
Did you say Shelley?
Shelley Asphalt in Logan County. They have plants in several different counties, but that's the place that they're handling coal mix. I called at least 5 different places and no one would even, most people weren't even, they just went to voicemail. I don't think their plants are even open. Shelley is running coal mix right now. So we're gonna need a bunch.
Well, according to what Dan Boggs has said, we will need a bunch on.
We'll need a bunch, because we've got, and that's gonna lead into the next part of old business, and that's what we have to do with, once we get coal mix down there along the edges of the road and some of the other potholes, we could have fixed more potholes. We're out of coal mix. I mean, we are out. So we've got, there's at least 15, 16 other potholes. When I'm out picking up trash, all I do is take pictures of the roads and potholes to fill. So we have a lot of potholes to do, but the main thing we gotta do is we've gotta do something about the edge of the road on Dugan, especially North Dugan. So that's where we're gonna run into a lot of tonnage as far as coal mix. And that comes into the next part. I mean, we've got to make a decision about what we're gonna do with a rear blade for the tractor to be able to pull the berm back up to the edge of the road. It's not gonna do us any good to put coal mix in when someone's gonna drive off the road and push it right off. So we've got to bring berm back. And we've already talked about last meeting, the expense of what it's gonna do to be one road. We have a new quote from John Deere, which is the same as it was, for $4,741.51 for a new 7-foot rear-mounted 6-way blade. So that's something that Richard will be able to go out and, you know, do by himself. I mean, he'll have to place a men's working sign out, and then he can go to town on working here. So picking up trash again, there's plenty of gravel there. We just got to get it back to the road. There's hardly one place that we need to bring gravel. So the answer of just bringing in more gravel and putting more in, and we're just gonna have to make it a job to go out, and every 3 or 4 weeks, he's gonna have to run roads and pull berm back. But at least we'll have a piece of equipment that we can do that. So you guys have I've laid that on the desk. You've got to see what the price is and got to read the specs on that.
I don't think we need to wait on this.
Yeah.
I think
Well, that's,
I'd like to make a move that we purchase this at a figure of $4,741.57.
4,471.57.
Yes.
and that's at Canning's.
That
Canning
change
Junction.
account. I just think we just keep putting it off. We don't get it, gotta do it.
Well, if we're gonna start putting coal mix down, we've got to either do that, or we got to contract with the county and get them to come in, and after we do this, have to re-berm it.
Can I
So-
have that, Roger, when you're done? Can I have that when
Yeah,
you're
and
done?
it's pretty good discount too.
And it's,
Is it the state discount
yeah,
thing?
yeah, and it's a heck of a piece of equipment too.
Anybody,
I'm gonna second it.
yeah, I was gonna
I'm
ask you, anybody
sorry,
want to
Matt.
second it?
Excuse me.
Okay. All right, so it's been moved and seconded to purchase a John Deere blade to put on the back of a John Deere tractor here that we have to be able to pull berm back on the road entirely by the township, no longer being outsourced, more or less. And I guess I can say it's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion is carried.
I'll open up a PO. Do they have to order this or do they
Yes,
have
I'll
it?
have to.
Okay, I'll open up a PO for that.
And we did, I should have said, we did price other places, and no one we found a used one, and it was still $1,000 more than, it was about $1,100 more because it didn't have the hydraulic cylinder. So that was gonna be another $350. So
Where's that at, right?
that was over at Gary's,
Okay,
yeah,
Gary,
Lance.
Lance.
Good piece of equipment, but, you know, John Deere with the new pricing and the state pricing on that, can't beat it.
Okay. Very good.
Matt, that's all I got on old business. CDB.
Yeah, we'll move on to,
You got anything, Shane?
out of old, moving to new business. If you got anything old, Sandy, anything old? Before we go to new?
I'm not sure that my
Roger?
stuff is old.
No,
I
I'm
think
good.
my stuff is all new business.
All new business, okay, good. So we're finished with old business, now we're gonna move on to new business. Roger,
No, I'm good.
Blair, anything new that you want?
Yeah, I've been speaking with Colin Vernon,
Okay.
and I wanna wait until Sean gets back because we need to make a decision about rates on Saturday burials. So I'm gonna,
So he's,
I want Sean to be, you know, since he's superintendent, I mean, he needs to be able to look at this and,
okay. So basically he's suggesting, or maybe
Yeah.
we look at it
we need to change our rates on that.
just because of comparison to others, or?
Not in comparison to others, but, just to move
Okay.
just to move the process forward more in the day so people aren't coming in later in the afternoon, and it's just hard for everyone as far as, and if someone wants to do that, then the rate should reflect that. We'll talk about that more
Okay.
next meeting.
That'd be,
That's the only thing I had on new business.
okay.
I don't have any new business to bring up.
I do.
Okay, so
Well, first off, it's kind of old business, new business, but I did file the final budget with the county auditor. We did get our new, we got our taxes just last week, so, I'll process those for the next meeting. But, so to go back to the cemetery, I don't know if you guys saw in the catalog that the Indigent Burial Fund is returning starting April 2nd. So I went in and to this funerals.ohio.gov site, and I found that they're going to go back to November of last year and approve like any of those that we submit. So I clicked on it to submit one because we had Janice Kelsey in December.
Correct.
And then it says, I think they just don't have their website updated because it says they will only do it for 60 days after the death, but I think that was on before the new law. So I think we should try because it says November. So I reached out to Vernon's because there's a list of things that they require. What do I do with that? Yeah, so they require an affidavit or statement of indigency status by the local government entity. So I made an affidavit for Matt to sign that Janice Kelsey, it says Janice Kelsey was deceased on December 7th, 2024 and was found to be indigent for burial purposes. The Board of Urbana Township trustees paid $850 via check number 20663 to Vernon Funeral Homes for an indigent cremation. So I haven't this, and we can do this off the record, but we have to have this, and then we have to have a statement of goods and services from the funeral director. I got that. We have to have the receipt. I got that, and a copy of our check with the cremation authorization form. I have that. I have everything. There's 6 things that they need. So basically, I'm just letting you know that I think we should try.
Oh.
And then moving forward, it says they have $1 million to give, so the faster that I can get it in, the better.
money
It's
left.
not actually effective until April 2nd, but it says that they're gonna go back, so I don't know if they're gonna like kick me back, but I'm gonna send it in just in case, just so we can get up there, hopefully, and be considered first to get that money back. So, that's what I have.
That's good
This-
work, good work.
Yeah.
The second thing that I have in this book is, so last meeting we talked about public notice requirements. So starting April 2nd with that House Bill 315, there's 3 options for publishing. So we can still make publishing via newspaper, we can do a digital version of newspaper, or we can put them on the township's website. So I made a letter, just because if you guys decide you want them to publish on the website, that to be our formal legal publication, we probably need to vote on that. I think that we can vote and just include all 3 of these options, but the preferred method to be to publish on the website because it's free. That's up to you guys though. But if we do that, then I know I'll put my notices on the website, but zoning is the other ones that are gonna put notices. So I made this letter for the zoning commission, for Sean, and for the Board of Zoning Appeals, and I'm basically telling them what the 3 options for publishing is, when it's effective April 2nd, and that we will start publishing our zoning notices on the website at urbanatownship.com if that's what you guys so choose to do. And so I've asked them, and this is what I wanted you guys to review, to see if you want me to change that language. I want them to email the notice or, notify you of what the note, even if they bring it in print format, but I don't want them to just email them. I want them to call someone. That way, if they send it to the trustee's email and like Matt is gone that weekend or something and he doesn't check it till Monday, I'd rather they just call so that someone knows to go in there and grab that and get that uploaded. So if you guys, I put the letters on your desk. I think you saw one. Then if you're okay with that and you guys wanna vote to publish notices, on the website. I think there's some instances where it's appropriate to put something in the paper just in case, but for some of these, I think it's probably just fine. Some of those notices, they have to notify the people that live around the property, and I think, you know, those are fine, but, I think it costs like $40 to $75 per notice. So, and some of those zoning ones we have to have in there a couple times. But it's up to you guys if you wanna publish that way.
We have questions?
I don't know that I can answer them, but
No, no, when you say you publish some on the website as
Yes.
well, what are those?
I don't publish on the website, I publish in the newspaper.
Okay.
So once year end is done, I have to publish a notice in there that if anyone wants to come and look at it, they can come and look at it at our meeting, and in the mid-year too, for our mid-year budget, when I file something with the auditor,
Okay.
I have to publish a notice that, it's available, it's basically our budget, if anyone wants to come in here and look at it, they can. So I've never had anyone come in and look at them, but we do have to give them a notice, and that, I would go ahead and put there's notices on the webpage.
Mhm. And obviously we do our, meeting notice on there currently on the web, but.
That's in a banner, but I think there's a tab up there that says notices, and I think that we will put, like, they should be, you know, within that notice thing, it should be like legal notices in there, maybe you can put notices at the tab, but within that tab, there should be like legal notices and maybe a meeting notice, that
Okay.
way that they know what kind of notice they're looking at.
Nothing to feel
But
on.
yeah, I think another option, anyway, you
Well,
guys
that's
can
good.
think about it, we have until April, I don't think we have any notices coming up, I don't think there's anything outstanding in zoning, so if you wanna think about it and do it the next meeting, you can, or if you know that you wanna do that, then, we can vote on that, and,
That's the
if you wanna
second.
sign the letter, it's up to you.
We should do it probably before that, I think our meeting's April 21st, so. We'll do that. Any other questions, fellas?
Roger, got any comment?
No.
Okay.
We should, we should drive people to the website, so.
Mhm.
There's very few people that get the paper, I'm one of them that get the paper still, and I can't believe I pay what I pay just for that 2 editions. And on the digital edition, there's no notices in that, so,
Oh, really?
yeah, I mean, it's a, I don't know,
Is the paper just twice a week now?
twice a week. Yeah. So I say let's drive them to the website and just use the website.
I agree. So,
I mean, we might as well save the money and,
yeah,
if we won't spend any money on something, and if there's a way to update the website or something, or if there's, not that it needs, but if it's something to think about later, about spending the money that would actually benefit us.
I just wanna make sure that we do it properly and
Yeah.
correct. And like
You
Sandy
wanna
said,
make a motion now?
Go ahead.
I entertain a motion to approve I can go in detail here. Basically, publish notices on the township's website, publish notices in digital version of newspaper of
I
general
thought we weren't
circulation.
gonna do that.
Oh,
I thought we were just gonna do
Those
the
are our
full-
options.
I
those are
just
the
do the,
options, yeah. Okay. We'll continue to publish notices in the print version, so we're gonna push towards publishing notices on the township website. All in favor? It has been,
We haven't
I
had a
haven't
second.
moved.
I'll second it.
Second.
Okay,
Okay, wait just a second. So Roger, are you moving,
he moved.
okay, to publish legal notices on the township website?
Yeah.
And Claire, you want to?
I'm gonna second that, because part of that, with zoning, I mean, they're still gonna have to put this up into the library and some things like
They
that.
are.
So, that's why I said, it still has to go out in front of the, people still have to go and look at it somewhere, so.
I also think if there's some that you think are just like really of great public interest, there's no reason why you can't.
We can,
upload.
I agree with that,
Yeah.
Okay,
but I want zoning to, you know, to use the website.
I agree.
So, I mean, by doing this, they got a choice it, so, you know, we don't want one using the website and then one using
No,
the
Well,
paper.
This, it says beginning April 2nd, Urbana Township will publish all of the notices on the township website. So I just gave them like, that they're, what the law is, and then if you guys decide this, I'm telling them we are doing this, and what they're supposed to do
Okay,
to get it to us.
okay,
And I like the idea of calling them too, not just relying on an email, but reaching. So, okay,
vote,
all right, let's see.
go vote.
It has been moved and seconded to approve, publishing on the website. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion is carried.
Okay. So the next thing that I have is so the last time that we had a zoning appeals for zoning commission, update, I just read through all of them. It's Dan Rooney who's up. Did you speak to him?
Yes, and he said he would go ahead and renew.
He's up on the zoning commission, so he will be renewing, until 2030. So I'm just gonna reiterate those and I'll put them into so that we have them, then I can have a motion for the reappointment of all these. So for the zoning board of appeals, Roger Ward, 11/15/27, Steve Mabry, 11/15/28, Nancy Lokai Baldwin, 11/15/29, Jim Heiser, 11/15/25, so that'll be this year. Scott Wright, 11/15/26. Bob Smith is the first alternate. The Urbana Township Zoning Commission, Louis Terry, 2/1/27. Mark Randall, 2/1/28. Mike Phelps, 2/1/29. Daniel Rooney, 2/1/30. Mark Runyon, 2/1/26. Urbana Township Zoning Inspector Sean Tullis. So we could have a motion to renew those appointments.
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay. It's all been moved and seconded to, carry on the zoning field board and zoning commission updates. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Okay.
I'm just saying, good
I
information.
have some more things. I got this letter from Wagner Paving. I'll leave it here for you guys. They were inquiring on doing chip and seal, fog seal, and paving. I don't know if you're looking for any of that for quotes. I'm not sure how they got my address, but they sent me this to my home. So I'll leave that for you guys to look at in case you need that. I also filed with the Department of Taxation our local tax certification. So I did that on March 13th. I'm gonna put that on the record. And then I got this from Pioneer. I think you guys went to this last year. It's the safety demonstration. Did you guys get one of these?
No.
Okay, it's April 15th at 10 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. and it's free. Basically, it looks like anyone can come, but I thought looked like it was gonna be very interesting. Recognizing and responding to electrical hazards, proper safety protocols in the event of electrical emergencies, use of personal protective equipment, and hands-on demonstrations on safety practices around electrical equipment. So you can register. There's a code here to scan or call Pioneer.
Very good.
So
What's time, 2 times?
it's 10 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. And
We just went to that in
Yeah,
August.
that's exactly what.
oh, was it?
Yeah, we
Okay,
went-
it must have
Right,
been
right.
popular because they're having it again.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I think that's all my stuff.
Is that what you went through and sitting there, or picked
Here,
it?
Roger, you can just have that
Okay.
card if you wanna go. Here's the letter.
Was it?
Was it worth it? Yeah,
Was it?
yeah, it was.
Well, in my eyes, especially when you come upon an accident.
What's that?
When you come upon an accident and there's poles down, you gotta kinda know what you gotta do here.
Especially when we're doing tree trimming and things like that. I mean, there's a lot of, it was excellent.
It opened my eyes a little bit.
Plus they roasted a wiener on
Hmm?
they roasted a wiener on a high tension line here too, so that was,
It did, didn't it?
yeah.
Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So this, thing, if we can just all then sign this letter, for the zoning, if you can all sign it, then I'll make copies and I'll mail it out, or email it if I have it, to the zoning board, zoning appeals, and, to Sean.
Okay.
And then here's a blue pen.
Underneath it.
Oh, no, right, you'll be there. Then while he's doing that, if you can,
Okay, the engine.
do you swear, do you raise your right hand? Do you swear that, what's listed there on the indigent burial form for Janice Kelsey, do you swear that's true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, you can sign it
Very
and
good.
I'll notarize it. Thank you.
Very good.
Oh, there.
No, I have
No,
it, buddy.
that's just a copy. I have it. I have everybody's signature on one. That was just a copy
Oh,
for
okay.
you to look at.
All right.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna move on to next item. You got anything? No?
Before we get into that,
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and move that we approve all the bills and
Yeah.
authorize Sandy to disperse checks.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the bill payments and allow Sandy to distribute and mail checks for approved payments. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion is carried. Next item, announcements. Are there any announcements at this time? I do want to mention that at least the next Monday in our schedule looks to be April 21st. So just to update you on that. That's the third Monday of the month of April. And didn't hit on a holiday. Which is great, so. Okay. We'll now move on to public comment. Let's see what we got here. Check the signage. We got Dan Evelsizer and Buddy Ballard. So, Dan Evelsizer, Mr. Evelsizer, looks like we're gonna have you up first for public comment.
When you don't have or delay your responses to township residents and/or taxpayers' questions, wouldn't you think it would be appropriate and pertinent to post your responses on your website? As a second notation, seemingly important to note, is when Mr. Ebert was here earlier, he addressed being here a year ago. And a year ago, he made the statement to this board that regardless, Vancrest was going to move forward either way. And so I just thought that should be included in consideration. Matt, in referencing something, Richard and Jay were doing things. Who is Jay?
Jay is Job and Family Services. Yes, a member. What I do, I can answer that right away.
Does he have a last name?
You know, I don't have a. I know his first name is Jabari.
I'm sorry?
Sabah, S-A-B-A-H.
Thank you.
Jabari Sabah.
Yeah, I don't know how do we get assigned that person, so. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
yeah. Okay.
Were you gonna put those? You
Hmm?
had said something about putting those responses in the
Yeah, we could do that. I mean, that's what, one of my ideas or thoughts is to put those, I guess so, yeah. I can't answer, I don't know about the Rich Evert scenario, Mr. Aversizer, but something we can ask him about, that's a good question. And then delaying residents' responses. I think I'll delaying residents' responses and put them on the website. That is something that I was looking into to see if that's after there was a response in an email to a resident, we can put it on the website, so we can answer that question. So that's something I need to look into a little bit further, if that's okay. So,
And I would just make the comment that it would seem that if those questions are made on the record during the meeting,
yeah,
those responses should also occur on the record.
yeah.
Respectfully.
That was the one question I did have. And I needed to get a good answer, a good response, and I'll find that out a little bit more. So, I can get back with you on that one as well. In due time. In normal business, basically. In the ordinary course of business, we should be able to answer that here very shortly. So, Mr. Buddy Ballard, I do have.
I just got a comment, no questions. Probably said often enough, but I hope that you guys realize that the community, the township appreciates your dedication and commitment to addressing the issues that need to be addressed, and for making the township itself more appealing. The trash cleanup you do, just working hard to make it a better township and a good township to live in. So I probably didn't say you enough, so I want to thank all of you for your dedication.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Any other comments? Nope. Questions from you guys?
Mr. Chairman, I move we adjourn.
Okay. Roger.
I second.
So move and second to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned at 5:57.